Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as the Fairy Godmother of Real Estate, and I am here with my power team. So I just wanted to take a moment and introduce to you, we've got Virginia. Virginia, you want to say hi?
Hey everyone, happy to be here.
And we have Elijah Lewis.
Hello, everybody. Happy to be here as well.
Awesome. And so what we wanted to do is announce that we are launching a new weekly program where we're going to be asking you, what price ranges are you looking for when you're moving to that 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle? Because these guys are the ones that are experts in the area, and they are willing throughout the week in order to go and find what you're looking for. So this week, what we've ended up doing was we took a couple of different price ranges, and I thought maybe we could ask each one of them to talk about what they learned in their price range in regard to what were the best options. So who wants to start?
I'll start.
Go ahead, Virginia.
Yeah. Okay, so this week I was looking at the $500,000 to $600,000 price range, and the top property that I came across was in Champions Gate. It was 1406 Deuce Circle in Champions Gate, and it's listed at $574,900. This property was only on the market though for about 6 days before it went pending. So things are moving pretty fast in that area. It's a nice area because the proximity to Disney is great. There's a lot of new construction. If you live in Champions Gate, you have access to their private club, which has pools and a game room and just a lot of fun activities. The only negative I would find about Champions Gate is that it's pretty congested with traffic. So that's definitely something that you have to take into account. The infrastructure is not that great out there yet. I know they are building more roads, but at the same time, they're building more houses. So it's kind of like one step forward, two steps back in that respect.
Yeah. So I have a quick question for you. And I love that you brought that up because that's also my thought. And here's a thought that I have as well is, especially like if you go into the $300,000, $400,000 range, I'm finding, and it would be interesting to see what Elijah thinks as well, but I almost feel like Champions Gate is really the area for people to be looking at. Now, once we get into the 600,000 range, you might be able to have some more options that are out there. And you still found, Virginia, that was the best option that we were looking at in that price range. So a lot of times people will say, well, in order for me to live near Disney, I might have to live almost an hour away in order to have a $300,000 house. And that's
Right.
not necessarily true, because you can potentially, especially in that 400 mark, find something in Champions Gate that'd be nice. But people get a little leery because that little drive between the Reunion Champions Gate exit and Disney can be a 10-minute drive, or it can be a 40-minute drive.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I had listed on my notes, is that like just depending on the time of day, but it does move. It's just something that you have to contend with. And
Yes. And so my thought is, I would almost rather long term know that I'm dealing with a 40-minute bottleneck and be able to work around it versus having a concrete, it's always an hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes I hear people talk about, well, gosh, I want to move into an area where there's some more infrastructure coming in the future, but it could take them 10 years for that, right? So at least we know, just like you said, there is some infrastructure already there and it is growing. But the possibilities of being, how close do you think it is to Orlando International Airport?
From Champions Gate, it takes about, because I've driven it, it takes about 35 minutes.
So not bad, right?
That's not terrible. Yeah.
And it's not underneath of, the airplanes, and there's a lot, because it's kind of give or take wherever we're looking. But in regard to Cinderella's castle, and also having other options available for people. Because as I understand, Virginia, and you and I've spoken about, because I know this area, you know this area really well, that Happy Trails area with the horse area.
Yeah.
There are potential 5-acre lots where
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
has worse. So now potentially you've got areas that you have some trails, walking trails. You've got the golf options because obviously Champions Gate is named because of golfing, right?
Right,
And
right.
some nicer high-end restaurants. So I'm glad you picked that. I'm really glad you picked that. And so that everybody just know that if you're looking for a house, make sure, Virginia, especially in that area, to give her a call. I put her telephone number there, and I'm going to ask Elijah what his observations were from this week while he was out on the task.
Awesome, Kim. I went out to a few places to look at some different price points. While she was talking about that, economic price point, I also went out to look at the $700,000 to $800,000 price point as well, and went to 10409 Angel Oak Court. That was listed kind of in the middle at $750,000. It was cool to see that there's some good inventory with like a 3-bedroom and an office. What was just great about this area, it was called the Royal Cypress Preserve, was that it was like 9-10 minutes away from Disney and Disney Springs. I just basically took the straight shot road that I take to get to like Epcot and found myself there. So it was a really cool community because not only did it have a great house for the square footage, that community has boat dock access to South Lake, had really good luxury pool area. It was gated, so it just felt safe. It just felt like a good community, had dog parks and cute signage and all of that. So I checked, it still showed active. If anyone's interested, free to give me a call. That looked like a really cool area and opportunity as well for that price range. Yeah. So Kim, I think that in addition, you've got some property you want to highlight as well.
Yes. So the town of Celebration, which is the town that Disney built, we obviously do a lot in the luxury market, and we have an incredible home that is right on the water. It actually has water in the front and water in the back of this estate. It's over 5,300 square feet, and it's within walking distance of downtown Celebration. Now, this property, it's priced higher, but it's $2.85 million. And you can walk to a bustling downtown. And so downtown Celebration has restaurants, retail, ice cream parlor. So if you'd like to see that property, any of the three of us are available. We will be asking, obviously, for pre-qual and proof of funds. And by the way, guys, if anybody needs help with getting a lender, we have really a lot of access to great lenders. We have access to great handymen. Sometimes it's a matter of you find the location of the property that you like, but you don't like the kitchen. Don't hesitate asking us. We're used to doing that type of thing. We are problem solvers, and that's why we're top 1% nationwide realtors. So, so if you want the high end with Celebration, give us a call as well. And like I said, you can call Elijah on that one. You can call Virginia on that one, and or myself. But Elijah, I think you had one more property you wanted to talk about today. Is that correct?
Yeah. So unfortunately, our other realtor who's usually on the show with us, Rachel Groves, couldn't make it today, but I had the opportunity to go out to a community called Eagle's Nest with her to see another one of the more economically priced ones in the $300,000 to $400,000 range. We went to 2804 Eagle Roost, and that was at like $375,000. It was in a gated community as well. It was a cool listing that had 3-bed, a den, and an office, and a screened-in porch, as well as a kitchen that looked like it was modeled with contemporary colors and solid surface stuff. So it's just always good when you can see that there's something that you don't need to just totally gut and remodel at a really accessible price point like that, and still maybe leave some room for you to put some money into it to tailor it just to your taste if you wanted to.
But like I said, in the interim, please know that, especially if you're a buyer out there, you pay no fees in order to use our services. That's a blessing. And to be honest with you, with how competitive everything is out there with actually getting a contract accepted, it's really a smart thing to utilize the services of a professional realtor, especially realtors that are familiar with the area that you're interested in purchasing. So once again, we just wanted to say thank you. We know your time is precious, and we are available to you and would love to have the ability to work with you. So please make sure you subscribe, like, hit the button, do what you got to do in order to follow us, because we're going to be putting out some really great content from now on. And we just feel like it's a blessing to be able to serve you. And we hope that you guys have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.